Venus in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius demands to know, are you showing up in a way that feels authentic in love, in work, within family dynamics, creatively, in all of your relationships, romantic and platonic? A confrontation that tests the foundations of your relationships forces the truth to emerge. It's an intense, energetic showdown that's been building since the first of two back-to-back consecutive new moons in Virgo on Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. The most intense period occurred in the 48 hours surrounding the exact opposition, energetically peaking from August 25th to August 28th. It's a tension that's been building for weeks and will have aftershocks lasting for weeks afterward as we head into eclipse season. Awareness and clarity surface, initiating an integration process. As we begin to process what has been revealed and make conscious choices and changes based on those revelations. Realizations about patterns inspire changes that unfold over time. The real work occurs in our responses to what's unearthed, allowing transformation to unfold. This is the midway point in the Venus-Pluto cycle. There will be additional tests to mastery at the closing square between Venus and Pluto. This will occur when Venus in Scorpio squares Pluto in Aquarius on and around November 7th, 2025. Venus, the planet of love, personal values, beauty, harmony, and relationships, stands in direct opposition to Pluto, the planet of power, transformation, death, and rebirth. Venus is in Leo, the sign of the heart chakra, individual creative self-expression, and self-sovereignty. Pluto is in Aquarius, the sign of collective ideals, social movements, networks, and group dynamics. Pluto is all about the underworld, the deepest layers of the human psyche. So power plays, control dynamics, repressed desires, and secrets coming to light are all major themes. Leo is about having the courage to shine and show up authentically as an individual, while Aquarius is about channeling those gifts towards something that benefits the group or collective at large. Venus in Leo is about having the courage to show up authentically within relationships, while Pluto in Aquarius is about the collective forces that shape our world through ideologies, technological systems, and group dynamics, and how these collective forces can either support or suppress our self-expression. The two planets at opposition creates a dynamic axis of tension, a seesaw between the deepest desires of your heart and the collective forces and societal expectations that seek to control it. Leo versus Aquarius begs to know, where do you stand on the tightrope between society and self? How do you maintain the integrity of your heart in a world full of powerful collective forces that seeks to influence and shape it? How do you remain true to your individual values when faced with social, group, or peer pressure, technological distraction, or ideological expectations? Do the relationships you're a part of truly resonate with your heart, or are you in them because they are comfortable or because they meet societal expectations? Do you express love in authentic ways or in ways that we've been conditioned to believe are acceptable by society? Have we compromised too much of our individual truth, needs, and desires to fit into a collective idea of how a relationship should work or appear? This pressure exposes what isn't working. It will not harm what's already aligned with authenticity. It's a cosmic stress test designed to reveal which relationships are built on solid foundations and which ones are held together by comfort, denial, habit, or fear. The relationships that withstand the test of truth this transit won't just endure. They will be transformed into something deeper, more authentic, more fulfilling, and more spiritual than before. Pluto activates our psyche before our mind is aware, so you can look to your body's natural responses for clues. The body cannot lie about what it's experiencing. Sit and meditate with what comes up and get curious, rather than trying to fix it control it, or solve it. It can manifest as disrupted sleep patterns, especially waking between 3 and 4 a.m. when the veil between what's conscious and unconscious is thinnest. Heaviness or tension in the throat chakra or heart chakra, the throat or chest, especially when you think about certain relationships. Sudden flashbacks to old relationships. These aren't random memories. It's the depth of your psyche revealing relationship patterns that need to be transformed so that your soul can evolve into spiritual enlightenment. Strange dreams about people from your past. Pluto activates the subconscious and unearths unresolved attachments, repressed desires, buried emotions, and old relationship patterns. So if you find yourself thinking or dreaming about someone from your past, it means that they're still connected to a pattern that's still active today. There's a lesson you haven't fully integrated or learned yet. The past may resurface as old lovers reach out after years of silence. Soulmates always return, especially those we have soul ties or contracts with. Projected fears, desires, and emotions, unprovoked irritability, sudden tears, and moments of intense love. A sudden awareness around heart chakra blocks. Conversations have gotten deeper and more intense. They're harder to avoid. Your intuition may be telling you something about your relationship that isn't aligned with your highest good, nudging you toward conversations you've been avoiding. Words that have been swallowed for the sake of keeping the peace may explode from your lips. Truths we've been denying about our closest relationships and our own internal karmic patterns becomes impossible to ignore. Trust issues become impossible to ignore. A crisis in relationship leads to catharsis, healing, or an end to the relationship if it's not strong enough, or a deepening of the bond when you successfully work through challenges and grow together. Control dynamics, power plays, and possessiveness. Jealousy and possessiveness show where we've been controlling rather than showing up authentically to connect. In what ways have you been controlling situations out of fear rather than trusting the natural flow of genuine connection? Whether we're aware of it or not, every relationship has a power dynamic. Who leads and who follows? Who decides what? Who needs who more? In what ways have you given your power away to keep the peace or make someone else happy? What you mistook for freedom may actually be an avoidant attachment style that's fearful of genuine connection and long-term commitment. What you thought was love, in reality, may be dependency and obsessions. Sometimes you have to lose yourself to find yourself. Personal development related to control dynamics and power. Venus in Leo can be domineering, amplified by several planets in fire signs, so we may need to tone things down a bit. And themes of fire and wildfire amplified, especially August 25th until September 19th, while Venus is in Leo. Like two powerful magnets pushing and pulling against one another, creating a field of intense energy, pulling everything that's been repressed, avoided, or hidden to the surface for healing. Venus opposite Pluto is a cosmic lie detector that won't let anything remain buried. We are cleaning out our closets. Eminem. The secrets you've kept from others, and more importantly, from yourself, are about to surface. All the unspoken truths, hidden resentments, power struggles, and accumulated tension in your relationships have been placed in a pressure cooker and are suddenly compressed until something has to give. The more avoidant you are, the more this will affect you, especially for those with important placements or angles in the early degrees of the fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Look to where you have 1 degree Leo and 1 degree Aquarius in your natal chart to see where this is manifesting for you, internally, psychologically, in the workplace or career, within family dynamics, or within love and relationships. The more energetically sensitive and attuned you are, the more you will feel it. The new moon in Virgo, the first of 2, delivered a series of harmonious aspects that eased us into and prepared us for this powerful and intense showdown between Venus and Pluto. In the days leading up to the opposition, we were impacted by Venus forming a supportive aspect with 3 outer planets. Venus in Leo formed a trine to Saturn in Aries, delivering sudden clarity around our boundaries, a deeper understanding of our individual worth, and a renewed sense of what we will and will not tolerate within relationships. Venus in Leo sextile Uranus in Gemini ignited a deep compulsion for change. It ignited a spark of innovation and authenticity, especially as it relates to creative self-expression. Uranus wants to liberate you from the shackles of your comfort zone. It wants to liberate you from relationships that no longer serve your best interest. And in Gemini, it's giving us the skills to communicate it. Venus in Leo trined Neptune in Aries, infusing this energy with greater compassion and a desire for a more spiritual connection. Pluto doesn't deal in illusion. It demands truth and authenticity, especially in the sign of the friendly water bearer. Pluto deals with all those layers of unconscious and subconscious protection we have built around ourselves as a result of being hurt or betrayed in the past. If we're not careful, these layers can harden into impenetrable walls, fortresses that keep authentic, true love from finding us. Emotions may be amplified beyond recognition, but when they arise, do you take accountability for them? Or do you project them and blame others for what you feel? If you allow the external world to control your internal world, you will never escape the matrix. This is all about mind over matter. Instead of reacting, sit still with your emotions. Consider the messages from the depths of your soul, revealing what still needs to be healed. Pluto delivers liberating revelations. Once the truth is out, it becomes impossible to ignore. You will be forced to make a choice. Transform and evolve, or react out of fear, self-sabotage, and avoid. Like a weed, you want to pull it from its root. You have to cut the head off the snake, which means stopping a problem completely by removing its main source. Without its head, the snake's body is powerless and dies. Pluto unearths the roots of these problems, which often stem from childhood, previous soul incarnations or life cycles, and soul contracts. Some relationships will not survive the test. If a connection has been built primarily on unhealthy power dynamics, one person dominating, the other submitting, one person giving everything, the other taking without reciprocity, the light of truth will reveal incompatibilities that cannot be bridged. However, when both people are willing to see the truth and work through it together, they and the relationship can be reborn as they commit to building something healthier and more balanced. You always have free will. Will you use this insight to create more balanced dynamics, or will you try to preserve old patterns? Would you like to finally get off the merry-go-round, or are you going to stay on for another ride? Are you strong enough to look within? Will you break the chain? Thank you for watching. If you're still with me, you're a real one. Drop your current most used emoji in the comments. If you took anything away from this video, we ask that you like, comment, share the content, and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, we know that you'll enjoy the full playlist and this additional video. Thank you so much. Love you, and see you soon.